So I just got off a not so comfortable 6-hour journey from Kathmandu to Chitwan, which is about 150 kilometers. So you're talking about an average speed of 25 kilometers an hour, which isn't great. And the roads, the roads are interesting, let's say. There were multiple moments where we went over a bump and everybody left their seats. But you come out of the Himalayas onto the sort of plains, and Chitwan is the oldest protected area in Nepal. I think it was established in 1973, and the actual national park is 900 square kilometers, so it's quite big. And it's known for single-horned Asiatic rhinos, sloth bears, lots of birds, but most importantly, Bengal tigers. I've never seen a tiger. Most people do a 3-day, 2-night trip. It costs around $150 depending on where you stay. But when I turned up, most of the camps are on the edge of the park, and honestly it's a bit of a shit show. There's loads of people, loads of traffic. I don't know if you can hear, but there's also sort of jeeps with speakers on them with advertising going on. So I asked if there was a camp inside the park, and the guy said no, but there is a tower that you can stay in the community forest which borders the park, and often the game will walk through there because there's no barriers. So I've changed my itinerary so that I will do a 2-hour game drive this afternoon, get dropped off at the tower overnight, which I'm really looking forward to, and then I'll do a 4-hour game drive tomorrow morning, then do a canoe along the river and a walk, and that will be it. It is a 3-day, 2-night itinerary, but honestly it's more like a day and a half, and I'm here for the tigers. I was told that if you really want to see tigers, you have to go to the parks in the west of Nepal, but that's 1,000 kilometers away, and it took 6 hours to do 150 kilometers because you're going sort of through the foothills of the Himalayas, and we're now on the plains just sort of southwest of Kathmandu. So I don't know how long 1,000 kilometers would take, and I don't have the time for that. That's one of the jeeps with the speakers on. So it's been a bit of a shock. Not usually what you would experience at normal national parks, but I have already spoken to some people that did a 9-hour walk into the park today, and they said it was amazing. So looking forward to it. Hopefully I see a tiger, although you see one apparently once a week for 10 to 20 seconds maybe. So chances are slim. But never seen a single-horned Asiatic rhino either. I'm going to see if I can tack on a longer walk, but I'm pretty short on time. And as I said, it's 3 days, 2 nights, but it's more like a day and a half. The other thing to note is that the jeeps for the safaris aren't owned by the camps. They are sort of independent. So I was supposed to do a 4-hour jeep safari tomorrow morning, but there isn't enough for a group. So I'm doing it in the afternoon, and what they do is they go around the camps and they pick up everybody for those sort of game drives. You can do a sort of elephant safari where you sit on the elephants, but obviously you have the question of how well are the elephants treated, and also you don't go as deep into the national park as you would with a jeep. So if you want to see game, you're better off doing the jeep safari. If you want to ride on an elephant, I guess that's another option as well. Anyway, just preparing for the 2-hour game drive. I was actually really impressed that they were so flexible with the schedule. He changed it instantly, and hopefully that's the right choice. This is the guide, Mayaram. He just said that he's only seen 1 tiger this month.
But last month I have seen 4 times.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Walking or driving?
Yeah, walking also, and also 1 time jeep safari and 3 times walking.
Oh, so walking is better because it's quieter, right?
Yeah.
Were you walking for a long time to see the tiger, or was it?
No, sometimes if you walk like a whole day, yeah, it will be also possible.
Okay.
Sometimes
Keeping his
2 days,
cards
3 days,
close
yeah.
to his chest. Is this tiger country? I don't know. We're doing a short walk before we do the Jeep safari. Lots of long grass. Stay out of the long grass. Little baby or adolescent rhinos that have been rehabilitated. Isn't really a fence, is there?
Oh, no. What are you doing? So better, right?
Oh, dude, you're gonna get tangled.
Go first and then come. If you want, please stop and then go.
We can touch it.
Yeah. Go from behind first.
So you're gonna kick me. Apparently you can touch it.
Oh, yeah. Don't get from.
Oh.
If you touch it. Let's go.
Don't think that counts as a touch. Jeep safari time. Did a short little walk. Saw some small rhinos, but now I've got 2 hours of Jeep.
हजुर बेलुका पख मैले भन्दा यो एउटा देखिरहेछ नि यो पनि चित यहाँको हेरौँ न यहाँको नजिक हुन्छ यहाँको राम्रो देखिन्छ
Too much to see.
Yeah. It's nanny.
Oh wow.
जरा है ना जरा है The female is saying to the male. Jora.
It's like land of the deer and no tigers. So many. So this is the tower that we're staying in. Is that a beehive?
The canal was dry and put some like log
Shit.
on the log so they
Looks like a haunted house. Is that a beehive?
Maybe hornet.
Hornets? Oh my god.
Look, this place.
Doesn't really look like anybody's been here in years. We might have made a terrible mistake here.
The tigers will never suspect it.
Yeah, because we'll already be dead from the ghosts. Here he is. He had a good look at that beehive. I have no idea what's going on.
This is on date. This is alive. They bite you.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
2 or 3 doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If more than it will be a little bit problem. Yeah. After 7, I think. wake up a little bit early.
Yeah.
Because in early morning also the animals are active.
Yeah.
We're walking at dusk. I felt safer in the Jeep. Running out of light, but that's a dinner table for today. This feels very rudimentary. I can't tell if I've made a terrible mistake. It feels that way at the moment. But if we see animals, then maybe it's worth it. It's the morning of the second day. Been up since about 5:30. We didn't see anything yesterday. And it doesn't look like we'll see anything today because it's misty and wet, so all the animals are just taking shelter. Once I got over the fact that this place is pretty run down, it was fine. But there was another group that turned up and they looked at the place, walked around and said, no, this is not what we expected. The owner even went so far as to, there wasn't enough rooms for one of the guys. And he came up here as we were eating dinner and said, we can just put a mattress here and give you a blanket. And the guy was like, no, I've paid for a room. I'm not going to just sleep on a terrace with a mattress. And I think he meant this mattress. So yeah, it's annoying because this could be so good. It just needs a decent clean. Oh well. I'm happy that I gave myself the chance of seeing something at night, but we waited for probably 2, maybe 3 hours. And whilst we heard some stuff, we couldn't see anything. I guess it's time to pack up. We will go to the river, do a canoe ride, I guess, do a little walk, and then a 4-hour safari, jeep safari. Yesterday, all we really saw was just loads of deer, which is annoying because I was like, tigers, there's a feast for you here. We did see a rhino that had just plonked itself beneath a bush and was having a little snooze. That rhino is quite hard to see, even though it's massive and it was maybe 5 meters away. The undergrowth is so thick that it's tough to see them. And then when you're walking, you're just walking along going, there could be a tiger like 10 feet away and you wouldn't see it. So we walked along there yesterday at dusk, but the guy turned us back and he said, look, it's probably too dangerous. And so we hurried back to our haunted house. If you're interested, these are the rooms.
And then again we will wait there until
Our ride is here. What? Would I say do it? I mean, $40 isn't that much in the grand scale of things. I think if you know what to expect, then it'll be less of a shock. So hopefully that helps. Back for breakfast, then on the canoe, walk 4-hour safari. We have the whole day to see a tiger. Apparently there's only 40 to 50 elephants in the whole of Chitwan National Park, wild elephants, but about 120 tigers out of the 350 odd tigers in Nepal. So I was told by the guide that my advice of the park in the west of Nepal for tigers was bollocks. He said that actually Chitwan has the largest population of tigers in Nepal. So what do I know? It's obviously a popular park because it's I think the closest to Kathmandu. So you're going to get more people, but more tigers. It's going to be a chilly ride back to the camp.